everyone. So there's this thing that I like to do on my channel where I like pick a topic. It can sometimes be like a very broad topic. Sometimes it's very specific. And I like to like kind of like talk about that, and I like to find stories on the internet of, you know, that relate to that topic. I always try to find like a topic that's kind of juicy. I try to find a topic with like some drama cuz I live for the drama. And today we are going to be doing the exact same thing, and we have a brand new topic that we've never talked about before, I don't think. Okay, so the topic of today's video is we are going to be looking at the internet's most embarrassing stories. And I thought of this because I was trying to think like I need to have a video where I actually have good stories, because my last video, my prank call story, I don't have any good prank call stories. Like, in high school, if you prank called me, I probably would have been annoyed because I liked to be in on it. I didn't like to be the one that was like being joked with. But now I would definitely go along with it. Like, I live for like just kind of like improvising with like weirdos that I interact with. Isn't weirdo like a slur in the US? So yeah, we're on Ask Reddit again, and the question that we are being asked this time is, what is the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to you? Okay, this one's really short. Easily the time I was breakdancing in drama class in grade 11 and kicked a girl in the face. You are the fucking killer. Did a front flip and kicked the most popular girl in the face in the middle of a huge dance circle in 8th grade. So another person did the same thing. But did you land that sick flip? Yeah, right on her face. Oof, it's the worst when you want to show a cool trick to people and you bump into something or knock something over. I actually don't have that same thought, or well, like yeah, that's embarrassing, but I would never, ever, ever like be that person that does a trick, because tricks go wrong. Like, tricks always fucking go wrong, and then now you're an idiot. So I don't understand. Like, and I guess it doesn't matter at the end of the day. So as a kid, whenever I would go shopping with my mom, I would return straight or lost carts and keep the coin. Whoa, that's smart. I should have done that. One day I was with my mom in a huge hardware store. I saw a cart in the store filled with all kinds of stuff, but my kid logic told me, oh, it's probably from an employee restocking stuff. They wouldn't mind if I were to take it, right? So here I am, emptying the cart, planks, cans, the whole lot. I return the cart, collect the 50 cents, and go to the kid corner to watch some TV or something. Kid corner? Here comes an employee joined by a very displeased old lady. She starts screaming at me, borderline crying about how mean I am and anything. Then she walks away. I did not dare to go into that store for years after, in fear of her, the other, or the employee recognizing me. What? Okay, this is crazy. Like, why is the world so, like, the world fucking hates children, like, straight up. Like, I feel like that's why everyone's always like, we gotta protect the kids, because the world is trying to fucking eliminate them. Like, why would you yell at a child? Wait, how old is this child? As a kid. Okay, yeah, like, this is like very young. Like, this is reading like very young, like 8 to 12ish, I feel. Don't yell at an 8 to 12-year-old. That is not going to do accomplish anything positive. Only like very negative things. Crazy. And then a Target employee was telling a story about how they thought that a cart that was left unattended with a bunch of items was just like a stray items cart, so they started putting all the stuff on the shelves. And then the lady was like, "Where's my cart?" And then he had to like help her find all the stuff again. That's funny though, cause like if I had a cart of stray items and I put them all back, like I would be able to remember, I think, every single thing and just go grab it. So like that's not really a big. It's just a little inconvenience for her. I think. I hope she wasn't mad. Oh my god. See, like, this is the type of stuff that like somebody should get fired, or like death sentenced for this. Like, this is crazy. I was aggressively arrested in front of most of my coworkers and several hundred airline passengers because slack-jawed yokels of the Boone County, Kentucky court system can't spell and confuse my last name with a similar last name. What? Apparently, this is not the first time this specific county has fucked people over. I would expect nothing less from Boone County's finest. I've been mistaken by police for a drug dealer. I was followed home, got tackled, and shoved in a squad in front of all my neighbors. Got released shortly after, but they didn't even apologize for tackling me five deep and slamming me in the squad car. Fuck me, right? Like, I think the problem with, like, the whole cop problem in this world, specifically, like, in Canada and the US, though, because it's fucking huge there. I don't really know a lot about cops in other countries, but like most people who interact with cops, like, and I'm not talking about like straight white people who have so much fucking privilege and like talk to cops like they're friends. I'm talking about like normal people, like the actual average person in this country. They face like police brutality every time they fucking talk to a cop, or if it's not like physical, it's just like abusively or like verbally abusive. I can't fucking talk. Like, I was raised by a cop, you guys. I know how fucking verbally abusive they are. They're fucking insane. Cops are literal insane people. Like, insane members of society that should be constantly monitored. And also, there should be a lot more laws to protect the people that cops are dealing with, even if they're a criminal, straight up. Ugh. Okay, somebody's talking about, like, I'm not even gonna read this one because I don't like the fucking embarrassing, like, poop stories. I don't know. It's not that, like, I'm scared of them or anything. It's never happened to me, and I don't think it could. Like, unless I got so fucking sick, like, eating something somewhere and I was far away from home. But then, like, honestly, I'm the type of person where, like, if I had the flu or or oh, if I had food poisoning, say like I was like traveling somewhere. I mean, like, I don't know, Japan is like my dream travel destination. Say I go to Japan, I walk into some like restaurant and then I get food poisoning, or maybe it just randomly happened. I don't know, and I literally am not kidding you. I would extend my stay in Japan until I was better. I'm not getting on a plane sick. Also, how is it legal to get on a plane sick? That sounds like um germological warfare. I don't know what the term is. Like, or if that even is a term. Like, but do you know what I mean? Okay, anyway, moving on. In 8th grade, I had a teacher, Mr. Jean. Wait, I was supposed to tell you one of my embarrassing stories and then I totally just forgot. Well, I think I've already told the story of how, or maybe I cut that out, but I'll just like TLDR it. So they would make us do gym, but they wouldn't ask us to bring clothes to change into. So then on the days that I would wear these skinny jeans, I would be like trying to like run around the fucking gym, but I'm wearing skinny jeans and they're like falling down. They're just not meant for like exercise. Like, they're not at all. And so my like teacher, who like, I swear he got off on like bullying me and just treating me like fucking shit. And he fucking, like, I guess he got so bothered by the fact that I had to keep pulling my pants up. And like, when I say I had to keep pulling my pants up, I was basically just running around the gym with my fingers in like the loopholes of the like belt loopholes. Like, they were not my pants weren't hanging around my fucking knees or ankles. Like, it wasn't like inappropriate or anything. It was just like making do with what I got. I'm what's that? Adaptable. I'm it's easy for me to adapt, you know? I'm so incredible. Um and then yeah, literally grabbed me and he duct taped my pants around my waist like really tightly in front of my whole class, and everyone was just laughing at me. And it fucking hurt too. Like, I remember that hurt. Like, so you just have some like man that's like 3 times the size of you, who is also the gym teacher. So, and he like, I think he like worked out a lot. So this was like a fucking big ass man to me at the time. And yeah, that was like really fucking scary and embarrassing. That was more scary than embarrassing though, because I think that not only is it kind of probably illegal to do something like that to a child, but also just incredibly fucking fucked up of him to like manhandle a child. In 8th grade, I had a teacher, Mr. Jean. He was 6'3", had to be over 400 pounds, and had a lazy eye. Mr. Jean was known for having bottles and bottles of Febreze in his room, so he didn't fucking use deodorant or shower, I'm assuming, or clean. Whenever he would smell a student stinking, oh, never mind. He would stand up out of his chair, go from aisle to aisle, sniffing kids and spraying a cloud of mist over the kid that thought he smelled foul. I had forgot to wear deodorant one day and I was lucky enough to be rained in the freshness. See, this is another story where fucking adults are just failing a child again. I was in high school and we had a prize giving ceremony during school assembly. My name gets unexpectedly called out, so I make my way to the front of the hall to collect my prize. I'm almost at the front when I have a sudden crisis of confidence. Why did I say that like a French person? Confidence? Confidence? A sudden crisis of confidence and think that I must have misheard them and there is no way they called my name, so I turn around, walk back to my chair, and sit back down. So fucking real. My friends are looking at me and ask me what the hell I'm doing and tell me to get back up there to collect my prize, so I get back up, walk all the way up to the front, and then have another crisis of confidence and think that my friends must have been messing with me. So I turn around and walk back to my chair and sit back down. The hall is silent and the teachers are on stage looking at me like I just landed from another planet. See, like, I guess it's high school, so it's a little different. Like, you must have gone through something, or maybe you've just always been like this and you've never tried to, like, resolve it. But, like, why the fuck did they not say something? Or walking back and forth like a fucking idiot, and they're just letting you. Like, I'm sorry, I don't even think you should be the one feeling embarrassed in this situation. I think that there's a perfectly good explanation as to why you did what you did, and there is a perfectly good explanation as to why every adult in, or what, not in the room, but the adults on stage that probably had like a microphone or something, they fucked up. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Obviously, not every kid is gonna want to walk in front of a bunch of people. I don't think I've ever done that, but yeah, I don't know. I don't think I've ever like had to go up in into like a crowd of like, I guess my graduations, but that's different because like when your family goes to your graduation, they're not really paying attention to anyone else. Right? They're just waiting for you. They don't know any of these people. Um, Also, that does remind me of another story. Wait. Oh yeah. So when I was somewhere between like grade 1 and 4. I was at a Catholic school, and I can't remember what the reason was, but there was like an assembly because I was sitting next to the. I don't even know who it. It was like these like family friends. There was like an older son and a younger son. It was one of them, and I was sitting next to them. I can't even remember which one. And I think they were on like a team or like a club or something. And then that club or team got called to like stand up, and I stood up with them. And everyone was like, "What the fuck?" Because it must have been the older one because I probably looked younger, and that's why people were questioning it. But nobody ever said anything to me about it. And I also, the reason that I stood up was because I wasn't paying attention. So he stood up, and I was like, "Oh, we're all standing up." And then I stand up, and I realized the person on the other side of me didn't stand up. Oop, I don't think I was supposed to stand up. But also, I don't think I had the brain capacity to understand embarrassment at that age. Like, I was very sheltered. I don't think I started understanding embarrassment until high school, which is crazy to say, but like I'm not even kidding. Like, I was in elementary school getting bullied every fucking day, and I didn't even know it for a long time. Like, I just thought that like my classmates, my male classmates, were just not like likable people. Um, so I tried my best to get along with them, but they were such fucking like losers, and they just always like had something to say about me. Um, and I didn't realize that until literally after I fucking like went to high school. I remember, or no, no, no. It was like, it was right before high school, because all the guys in my elementary school class, they started a group chat after we graduated grade 8, and then they added me to it, and they all started like talking shit about me and telling me that like nobody likes me, I'm stupid and ugly and gay and fat. And there was one guy in the group chat who like, he had always been like nice to me, which was so confusing to me. But I did also know that he was friends with them, so I was always like very like guarded around him because I knew that like I couldn't tell him anything. But he was the only fucking guy that was nice to me, so I was surprised when I saw him in there. And then they asked him, because he's not a very confrontational person at all. He's like the opposite of that actually entirely. and they asked him like, "Do you even like him? Like he's so fucking annoying and gay and stupid." And then um he was like, I literally will never remember his response. I wish he said something worse. Like I wish he said something, because this to me is like probably one of the worst answers. He said, "He's not bad." That's it. That's it. Like your like friend is getting like roasted the fuck down. Not even roasted. That's not roast. They were just being like bullies. And you are like, not he's not bad. Like what? Oh my god. And so yeah. Actually that's another embarrassing story. Another one down. I have a lot of embarrassing stories I'm starting to realize. Um but like I don't also I should make a note about this. I laugh about that message. I remember when I got those messages, I was laughing about it. I was like, I was a little shocked about the one guy because I didn't know that he didn't like me. Because you saying he's not bad, that's not good enough. You don't like me, it's very clear. Let's just my freshman year of college, on my 19th birthday, there was a fire in my dorm. I was in the shower when the alarm went off, had to jump out, and right then, a male RA runs in yelling that we need to evacuate immediately. I grabbed the closest towel I could find and barely covered myself up in time for him to look over. I then had to stand outside in nothing but a towel for over 2 hours while the fire was put out and the building was cleared. The fire was caused by some idiot microwaving tinfoil. I couldn't call anyone to come get me because it was the first week of school and I hadn't made any friends who had a car yet. It was mildly frustrating. Um, this is my thing about fires. Obviously, I've never been in one, so I don't know. But unless the fire is literally immediately in front of your face, go grab a fucking robe, like a bathrobe or a t-shirt or fucking something. Like I don't know. Like but yeah, like I always think like what is the first things I'm grabbing? So the first things I'm grabbing are fucking obviously my cats, like my my pride and joy of my life. And then I think the second thing I would grab is my cat's medication that he needs. And then the third thing I would grab be my iPad because I could make like a career out of like literally just using my iPad. I could make like many careers out of just using my iPad. So that would definitely be like instant like relief in terms of trying to like get back on our feet. And then I think other than that, like I would start grabbing like my expensive jackets and like pants. Also, let me know down below what if there was like 3 or 4 items max that you had time to grab when your house was burning down or whatever. What would those items be? If somebody says they're vape, I'm literally gonna claw my eyes out. Like there's no way that's what you think of. But maybe it is. Who knows? Okay, moving on. I was waiting for a friend to arrive at my home. Said friend was having a severe cold, so when the doorbell rang, I ran to open the door and jokingly pulled my shirt up so it would cover my nose and mouth to prevent infection. I pulled a little too high, and this, ladies and gentlemen, is how I opened the door to a baffled salesman with my boobs hanging out. He blushed, I blushed. We stared at each other for a second before I closed the door and hid in the darkest corner of my house. Okay, hiding in the darkest corner of your house is the realest fucking thing ever. I love that vibe. Like, it's a safe space. That's why you went there. Okay, I will never go to a Red Lobster because of this either, but I shit myself. Oh my god, I just thought of. Oh, this is the middle one where I give you guys a story related to one of these stories. Okay, see, this is why I love doing these videos because I don't remember my past very well, so I need things to trigger my memories. Oh my god, this is so good. I shit myself on my 13th birthday coming home from Red Lobster. Haven't set foot in one since. Not gonna risk it again. Edit. We're not gonna read edits. That's cringe. Um, so I've always wanted to try Red Lobster just because it's one of the restaurants in Canada. I think probably in the U.S. too, but it's like the same way that Montana's and Applebee's is like the restaurant. Like it's the restaurant if you're like a straight white person who has no fucking taste in food. Like that's the type of food it is. It's like good food for people that have no taste. Um, but oh my god. So this is okay, this is gonna be a little glimpse into my like family life because it's a fucking complete mess. And these people are all my ops. This was back when my grandma is now my op too. Like, I love her as like my grandma, but as a person she's just like she's a white supremacist. When I was still a teenager and hadn't really, because for me all that changed when I was in grade 12 and took a indigenous studies class, and I realized that all the history we've been taught about indigenous people was sugar coated to sound really nice, but that class told me exactly what happened, and even that class kind of sugar coated it. Yeah, so I think it was probably like my 15th birthday maybe, and I had never been to the Keg or Red Lobster, and my grandma is super bougie, so she's always talking about how like, oh my god, the Keg, the Keg, the Keg, it's so good. And so like she sets up a dinner at the Keg on my birthday, and she invites the entire family, okay? And mind you, this doesn't include my brothers and my parents because my grandparents live in Winnipeg. That's where we're all from. So all of my extended family is from Winnipeg, Manitoba, which is in Canada, 6 hours away from here. And um, she booked it, invited everyone, invited the cousins, the aunts, the uncles, the great grandparents, fucking everyone. And my immediate family is not in the city. They would have attended if they were there, but the fact that they were there, the fact that they weren't there makes this story so much better. So we pull up, and everyone's like, nobody said that they weren't gonna come. We pull up, we sit down. It's me and my grandma and my grandpa at a huge fucking table, like a huge table for I think at least like 12 to 14 people, and we're just like, yeah, we're just waiting for people. We wait like 30 minutes. Not a single fucking person came. Not a single fucking person came. Not a single fucking person said that they weren't going to come. There were even people who said they were going to come and didn't come. And I was like, and also though, like, I'm not the type of person where like, you can't like embarrass me or humiliate me really. Like, there's definitely ways you can, but like to me that's a normal part of life, like setting up a party and it like not working out, like that's just like a thing that can happen. So I wasn't mad, I was just like, um I wasn't like mad or embarrassed or anything. I was just like, I was right, these people are all fucking losers, these people all suck, these people are not my family. um Not a single one of these people are my family. um Crazy, 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 crazy. Like, and it I look back at like memories with them when I was younger. It's scary. These people that had no interest in me whatsoever were like so obsessed with me at just because I was like a little baby. Like I remember um when I was really little, we never really had much, but like the family would fucking come together for birthdays and we would leave the birthday party with like a car full of gifts because like I don't know what it is, but when a baby comes into the family, everyone's fucking obsessed with them for like 5 or 6 years, and then you never hear from those people again. Let's move on to another one. Dear Reddit, what is your all-time most embarrassing moment? I was at my friend's birthday party in high school and was super drunk. Ran up to a group of people and said, "Watch this." I then proceeded to run and dive into a bounce house only for the Velcro lined entrance to grab my sweats slash boxers and pull them down to my ankles. I'll never forget the looks of horror on their faces while I lay there on my back with my legs in the air showing all my goodies. Um, yeah. Be who you are. See, this is one of those moments where I think he was just trying to impress someone, and the universe was not having it at all. I don't know. That one's like, have I ever done something like that? No, cause like I don't do cool tricks or anything like that. Like that's not a thing I can do. Like I can't do a backflip. Okay, another one. Was on an airplane years ago with my girlfriend and her parents. My girlfriend couldn't get a seat next to me and sat directly behind me. During the flight, I thought I would surprise her and reach my hand back onto her knee. Slowly, I kept extending it up her thigh until I heard giggling. looked behind through the seats and saw that my hand was on the leg of the guy next to her. He saw my face and said, "I just wanted to see how far you'd go." What? Of course, my girlfriend was in on it and started laughing along with the rest of the row. Was so embarrassed. You should be. Why are you? Oh my god, people do the craziest things, and then they don't work how they plan them, and they're shocked that like they didn't go that. And it's like you were doing something crazy. Like, why do people have so much confidence on planes? And like, I don't know, cause like I guess I don't know the seating arrangement, but let's say she's either on the end seat or the middle. If she's on the end seat, reach around the aisle and do that. Like, why would you put your hand through the crack that is where your hand is now directly going to be in between your girlfriend and some random fucking person you don't know? Don't piss me the fuck off. You, oh my god, if you thought you knew this was gonna happen, or like, and why weren't you looking in the first place? Why are you, oh my god, this is so avoidable. It's also not that big of a deal. Let's move on. I had made a short film that had gotten into a festival, and I had to travel down to Busan from Seoul on the fast train, super expensive. I was looking good, wearing cool clothes, including a pair of leather shoes I had thrifted. Bad mistake. By the time I left the subway in Busan and walked 100 meters toward the theater, the top of one of the shoes was starting to flap. I managed to hook my big toe over it and hold it down, but the sides were now lifting up. People I was passing were starting to notice as it looked like I had a club foot. In the end, I had to take the shoe off and throw it away. I now had one shoe and a limp. This was in an area full of apartments, no shops, not even a convenience store. I hopped along, then the other shoe came apart and I had to throw that away. What the fuck should I do? I walked shoeless to the theater. I honestly didn't know what I should do, not go. I made it to the theater and was ushered to the front before I could explain my situation to my co-director. I had to give a speech shoeless and with oily feet to people I was trying to impress. Then I had to walk to find a store shoeless. Not the most embarrassing, but definitely stands out as one of the most hopeless situations I have been in. In the end, I had to buy shoes from a department store. Not only were they $300 designer sneakers, they were too big, so looked like clown shoes. I couldn't sell them because they were full of oil from my dirty feet. Worst trip of my life. Were you wearing socks? Cause like, if you were wearing socks, I would have just went home with the socks, or traveled to an area that had shops. Also, why are you giving this speech thing in an area with no shops? Where's the speech? At somebody's house? Actually, yeah, it would be really hard to just get shoes if you are out and you couldn't go home and you like didn't have shoes. Like you would need a lot of money. Like at least like $30, $40. Like at a Walmart would get you some shoes, I think. But that's like a lot of money to just come up with when you have shoes at home. Okay, let's read this one. I hit face first into a streetlight lamppost because I was staring while walking at a beautiful girl walking towards the direction where I am coming from. That was confusing. I'm not even gonna try and understand that. Like, she was walking and you were walking. That's all I need to know. It was in front of the main gate of our university. Hundreds of students saw it. My friend laughed hard as hell. My friends laughed hard as hell. See, here's the thing. I don't know why. If I do something embarrassing and people laugh at me, it feels wrong. But if I do something embarrassing and my friends laugh at me, I'm almost like proud of myself. I'm like, I made them laugh. Why can't I be like that with random people? I should be like that with random people. I think it's because I am like scared of people's thoughts. Like for example, like if I meet somebody who's like homophobic, but they're homophobic in the sense that they're ignorant, I kind of just like laugh at them. I think they're funny. But then when I meet a homophobic person who thinks that gay people should die, I'm like, okay, I'm actually scared now. Like I don't want to be in this situation. Like get away from me. Yeah. I don't know. I need to figure that out though because I really hate just existing when people are laughing at me. Um Oh, it's probably because I was laughed at so much as a child by people I didn't like in my classes and my teachers. So then when people that I do like laugh at me, it's like comforting. Interesting. But I also love to sit in discomfort, so now I kind of want random people to laugh at me. Ugh, I'll have to do like exposure therapy or something. I still think of it when I walk into the offices at work. Usually when I arrive, there's nobody there and I go ahead and do my thing. Walked into work, music blasting out of my earbuds, doing the footloose dance to do a swirl and turn around to see a full conference room of people just staring at me for a solid 10 seconds. Did not know there was an early meeting that day. Um, I don't know how I don't think I would ever be just like dancing, but I do sometimes, like when I know that nobody's looking at me, I make really weird facial expressions. Not me, but a mate. He was on a first diet. According to him, on his first mouthful of food, some of it hit the back of his throat and he coughed. A piece of food flew out and landed on his diet's food. Apparently, she didn't see the funny side. If memory serves correctly, she didn't eat any of the food. Yeah, no, I couldn't eat food either. Like, I have, like, issues with, like, cross contamination and germophobia type stuff. See, these ones I don't feel bad for. Like, you're just actually kind of a terrible person, and you're doing things that no human should be legally allowed to get away with. On a road trip with some friends, we stopped for gas on a bathroom break. I walk into the empty men's room with my best bud right behind me. Also, this is a stupid person. Just be warned. And I take the closest of the three urinals. In a rare break from Broco, my buddy takes the one right next to me, but the urinals have dividers, so not a major infraction, but still, I want to teach him a lesson. First mistake, you're a fucking idiot. That's not actually a rule. That's just like straight men who like are like homophobic, literally, like straight up. If you do like the urinal rule, like yeah, it's kind of uncomfortable to pee next to someone, but if there's dividers, there's no fucking excuse. I'm sorry, there's literally no excuse. Um, so as he's in full stream, I reach around the divider and grab his elbow and shake the hell out of it in an attempt to get him to piss all over himself. You want to be sat in a car on a road trip with somebody who just pissed all over themselves because you were shaking their elbow? And you mean to tell me that we shouldn't? No, I'm not gonna say that. And you mean to tell me that we shouldn't think you're a fucking stupid idiot that deserves these consequences? Like what? Um, Suddenly, I hear this strange voice say, "Yeah, you heard it right." Um, well, I didn't know you wanted to hold my hand. I slowly lean back and look to my left, only to see my buddy at the far urinal leaning back and looking at me. Oh my god. Turns out an elderly man had ghosted into the restroom between me and my buddy and took the urinal between us. He actually thought it was funny. My buddy claps in the corner laughing, and that's how I molested an old man in a truck stop bathroom. But yeah, that guy sucks. This past Saturday, I went into a clothing store with my sister and I walked into a mirror and said, "Oh, my bad," to my own reflection. She got a good laugh out of it, at least. I've done that before too. Yeah. Or like just bumping into random objects and you turn around thinking it's a person and you're like, oh, that's not a person. Please don't stop the music. See, okay, this one's actually good. Like, the story itself is terrible, and I would never put myself in this position, but fuck it. Um, we ball. My girlfriend's parents came for Christmas last year. They gave us matching pajamas, and then in parentheses, I know what you mean. Like, what the fuck is with the matching pajamas? Crazy. Um, I went. Okay, they wanted us to wear them in the night, and let's just say the trousers were a size or two too small. I went downstairs and said new pajamas and went to sit down. The entire crotch bust open, revealing my flaccid cock and gooch to my girlfriend's mom, dad, brother, and sister. See, honestly, like this one, I think the parents should be deeply embarrassed. They put this on. They put this on. They put this on you. Like why? Also, why did you wear them? Just be like they don't fit. And that's another thing too. Like this is why I could never host because no fucking way my parents or my boyfriend's parents are coming into my home and being like, put this on. No, no, actually no, no. Um, yeah, I would never host. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please leave your embarrassing stories below and recommendations on what you want me to talk about in the next video. Have a great day. Mwah. I don't know what that is. Bye.